Welcome, everyone, to today's event from audiosolutions.com. My name is Carrie, and I'll be your conference operator for today's national audio conference titled ADA, Alcoholism, and Addiction, What an Employer Needs to Know. I would now like to introduce your speaker for today, Susan Fahey Desmond. Susan is a partner with Jackson Lewis PC, which has offices in over 54 cities across the United States. She has been representing management in all aspects of labor and employment law since 1985. She is listed in Best Lawyers in America and has been named by Chamber USA as one of America's leading business lawyers for labor and employment law. She is also listed in Mid-South Super Lawyers and Louisiana Super Lawyers. Susan, welcome to the program. We're now ready to begin.
Thank you. For the next hour and a half or so, we are going to be talking about a topic that unfortunately everyone has to deal with at some point in their life, whether they deal with it with regard to a loved one or they deal with it in the workplace. Obviously, we will be focusing mostly on the workplace issues today, and it's a very extensive topic that has become much more difficult to deal with since the passage of several laws like the Family and Medical Leave Act and the Americans with Disabilities Act and the Mental Health Parity Act, all of which we will be discussing today. Before I go into the presentation, I have to do my typical lawyer thing and put up the disclaimer here and make sure that everyone knows that, unfortunately, I can only give generalities when I do a presentation for 90 minutes or so, as we are doing today. I cannot give legal advice with regard to a particular factual scenario that might be involved in your workplace. Typically, that might involve some research or asking a lot more questions about what's really going on in your workplace. So it's very important that everyone do understand that you should not use any of these materials as a substitute for legal advice or its presentation, and understand that it is not intended for creation of any attorney-client relationship. In large part, what I'm trying to do here, our intent is to make sure that you understand where the issues are, so that when these situations do arise in the workplace, you do understand some of the legal concerns that you might be dealing with, but also recognizing some of the practical issues or even practical solutions that might be available to you when these things do arise in your workplace. And with that said, I will go into the actual presentation.